Okay, this is my last one for today. Us as Christians need to not be so judgmental. I feel like we know the Bible front and back, and it's hard. Like when you see people that are doing something that goes against what God has said, against His commandments, and you want to correct them. But it's all about the approach. The best way, I've heard it said, is to lead by example. Because see, we all have specs. Just because we get saved doesn't mean that we're perfect. That's the total opposite. It just means we're sinners like the rest of them and just happen to find Jesus. That we happen to try maybe more than the average. That we happen to read the Bible, to go to church, and to actually believe in His word. But it doesn't make us better than anybody else. It doesn't give us the willpower or the right to look down on anybody else and say, hey, you're doing the wrong thing. You need to be doing this. This is what God said. It's not what God said. God said to love thy neighbor. God said to love the sinner and to hate the sin. God said to lead by example, to take up our cross and be like Jesus. And that's never what Jesus did. He never judged anybody and left them as an outcast. Because He was to be that example. So that when He went back to heaven and left the Holy Spirit, that the Holy Spirit would guide us and teach us how to love accordingly, and teach us how to be like God. God is a loving God. God is a just God. He calls us to forgive one another. He calls us to not be judgmental. And that's really what we need to start doing, to be more open and understanding, because these times are changing and it's hard. The enemy doesn't make it easy. And then once you get saved, it's definitely not easier. You're a target. He's after you. So we just need to be cautious. We just need to be careful, and we just need to be understanding. You know, like really just seek God's face and pray for that clarity, for that confirmation, for that wisdom, for that heart of understanding. So that when we go out and we try to evangelize and we try to be missionaries, that we know what we're doing. That we're not offending people. We're not becoming that stereotypical church that everybody keeps talking about. Like, where is this church? Who is this church that everybody keeps talking about? That's all about the money. That's all about the tithes. That looks down. That's being snooty. We don't want that. And I've been to a lot of good churches, and I'm grateful to be planted at one now. And it's just so important to not come off that way, and really to be like God, and to meet people where they're at with an open heart, understanding. Just keep that in mind.